Good morning. Chaplain Mike here from American Patriot, the 3%. Listen, I've been following this Ebola thing, and I don't think it's time to be totally alarmed, but it is time to be prepared. Uh, the news you're getting in America is not the same news that they're putting out in Europe. I believe the government and our news medias is specifically trying to play down the threat of Ebola. Why would they do that? One, because it goes against all of their policies, their open border policies, their security policies. And if Ebola is a real threat, that means they should be securing the border. But anyways, they're not doing that. It's people are taking it much more seriously in Europe. I haven't heard anywhere on the U.S. news that nurses have caught it in Europe, and they're putting down nurses' dogs. I think these people don't really have a handle of what's going on. They come out on the news and they say they do, but they don't. So anyways, I'm going to play a couple of clips of videos, and then after that, I'm going to show you some prepping that I've done. And it's not the extent of my prepping. There's a lot of stuff out there that will teach you how to prep. That's not the point of this video. The point of this video is just to make you aware, not to panic, but it's always a good deal to prep. And I think now is an excellent time to prep. So there's things that you should buy right now if you're concerned about Ebola, especially if you live in a big city. That you can go out from Home Depot and buy. These contamination suits that you see, these aren't much more than painter suits. You can get the painter suits with the hoods, the boots. You go buy some latex gloves and a respirator. Not these little dust masks. Listen, I've worked in painting for a long time. Maybe that's what's wrong with me. But I've worked in painting for a long time, and these little dust masks, the air comes right through your nose. So when you're done painting, you always have a line going down, and you're still sucking up the fumes. What you need is a painter's respirator. That will block out the particulates coming in. So you buy the respirator, you get some extra filters. Yeah, they're expensive. The respirators are $24 a piece. The suits are like $12 a piece. You get some extra filters. But listen, this stuff I bought enough for my whole family with an extra set of filter, but the filters can be clean later on. You can disinfect them. You can disinfect the suits, spray them down with a disinfectant, and I'll show you that at the end. There's a picture of the disinfectant I bought. The disinfectant has to be for killing viruses. I'm not sure bleach is good enough, and you wouldn't want to put bleach on your suit anyway, but a disinfectant that's made to kill viruses, it has to say viruses on it. Anyways, watch this quick clip, these two quick clips that tell you about the nurse and what's going on in Spain right now with Ebola that you're not going to hear in America. All right, stay tuned for some pictures at the end. Of some recent prepping I've done, and it's not the extent of my prepping. I have lots of medical supplies, but here's what you want to do when you think about how to deal with things, an Ebola virus. The main thing you want to do is stay away from people that are sick. So you want to have enough food. If it really breaks out, you want to have enough food at your house so you can limit the amount of times you go out in public. And if it is a full-on Ebola case, when you go out, put the respirator on, put the eyeglasses on. That way if someone sneezes on you, you don't have to worry about it. But the other thing too is medical supplies. I don't know how to treat someone with Ebola. You might have someone in your family that gets Ebola, and you're going to want to make them as comfortable as possible. You're going to want to isolate them, put them out in the garage, set up a triage unit. You can still take care of them if you're taking your suits on and off. Hopefully that does a trick. It didn't work in Spain, but certainly you're not going to, if it's a child or a wife, you're not just going to throw them out on the street. And hey, and if you see what's happening over in North Africa right now, hospitals are just shut down. Nurses are refusing to go to work. And you see this video from Spain, and you're going to understand why nurses are refusing to go to work in Africa, and how if an Ebola virus breaks out, they're going to refuse to go to work in Spain, and if it breaks out here, they're going to refuse to go to work in America. So you will truly be on your own. So what do you do for medical supplies? Well, there's a lot of great preppers websites that have, and maybe you can comment on the video, on the comments under this, but prepare for the flu. So that includes getting anti-nausea medicine, anti-diarrheal medicine, If you can possibly get IVs, that's great. You can order them online. But if you can't get IVs, order an enema bag. And I know this sounds gross, but you can actually give someone a water enema, and they'll absorb that moisture through their intestines. This is a trick that we learned as sailors. You can actually even do it for seawater for a certain amount of time and rehydrate yourself. But anyways, you have to think about the person going to be throwing up, they're going to be pooing, and how to control that, and keep liquids in their body. That's the only thing I know. I'm not a doctor, but the thing that you can buy to help with the nausea is Bonine. It's very similar to what doctors give out for anti-nausea, and it's not expensive. It's $11 for a 24-pack, an anti-diarrheal medicine, and I found them on sale last night at Walmart. Packs of 48 for $4. So if the trick is to stay ahead of it. So if someone starts getting nauseous, whether it's Ebola, the flu, whatever, keep ahead of the wave of nausea and keep ahead of the diarrhea. So have your supplies here. Don't wait to go out and try to get them until it's too late. For $30 you can have a year supply of anti-nausea medicine and anti-diuretical medicine. Anyways, you guys can figure out how to prep. I'm just trying to wake you up. More on this on the preppers page, American Patriot 3%, of how to prep for Ebola. All right, take care and stay tuned for the short video.
And we shift our focus now to the Ebola scare here in Europe. Anger is growing in Spain over how a nurse became infected with Ebola. It now appears the protective suits given to health officials are not good enough.
4 suspected Ebola patients are now in hospital in Madrid after the nurse was confirmed as the first person to catch the virus outside of West Africa.
Well, the escalation in Spain's Ebola outbreak comes as officials revealed 50 people are being monitored for symptoms, including the woman's husband.
Meanwhile, the World Health Organization has warned it is unavoidable that more cases will be diagnosed here in Europe.
Staff at the hospital where the woman is being treated staged a spontaneous demonstration outside their workplace. They want the government to do more to protect their health.
We were kind of expecting this. At least I was expecting it, because this is not a game to be played in the way they've done it. It's a very worrying matter, and they've not handled it correctly.
It seems the nurse contracted the disease while treating the Spanish priest Manuel Garcia Viejo. He was flown to Spain after contracting the virus in Sierra Leone in September. He died 2 weeks ago. The hospital says it followed all safety procedures.
There is no mistake. The treatment has been applied carefully. We don't know what is the reason for this patient.
But that's not enough for the Spanish government. It wants facts.
We're investigating exactly how the nurse could have become infected. We know that she entered the room of the Ebola patient on 2 occasions. First, to change a diaper, and second, after the patient died, to collect material. This is in line with the information we have from the local health authority.
Authorities are monitoring a number of people who came into contact with the nurse before she was hospitalized. The patient is believed to be the first to have caught the virus outside Africa. Her case is now forcing hospitals in the developed world to rethink their readiness to deal with Ebola.
To Spain now, where officials there are working to contain the Ebola virus after a Spanish nurse fell ill with the disease. Investigators are trying to identify all the people she came into contact with just before she started exhibiting symptoms.
52 people are currently being monitored, and Spanish health authorities ordered the nurse's dog to be put down as a precaution, saying they could not rule out the possibility that the pet could pass on the virus.
It looked almost like a crime scene, Spain's authorities pulling no punches as they sent in a team of disinfectors to the home of the Spanish nurse. This vehicle collected the woman's dog, A Madrid court issued an order to euthanize it over fears it could spread the Ebola virus. Animal rights protesters voiced their outrage. This outbreak is causing alarm in Spain. The health authorities face accusations of not following protocol. Prime Minister Mariano Rajoy called for calm. Let's allow our health professionals to do their job, he says. Let's trust them. They have an accredited prestige. Spain's health system is one of the best in the world, and what they are telling me at the moment, which is what I have to tell the public, is that it's not easily transmitted. The nurse is still undergoing treatment at this hospital. Her husband and 2 other people are being closely monitored and are under quarantine. The World Health Organization has warned to expect more instances of the virus in developed countries. Spain's hoping it won't be here.
All right, these are some decontamination supplies and prevention supplies that I got at Home Depot. In the bottom left, you'll see the coveralls I got. Make sure you get the one with the hoods and the elastic wrist and ankle bands. Just above that, you'll see the 3M respirators I bought. And there's a couple more off to the right that I already had for painting. Next, the white boxes are spare filters. Below those boxes are goggles. Underneath the goggles are spray socks to cover your face, and some gloves. The disinfectant's in the upper right hand corner. Make sure it says virus. This is a mask that I take with me to demonstrations. You know, these paint respirators are designed to filter out particulates, and they work well on tear gas too. But you have to have it for your face. Just a side note. But I took this with me to protest just in case. All right, here's some supplies that I got. This big bag of Mahatma rice I got at Winn-Dixie. It was $9 on special. That's a 20-pound bag. You know, you can survive off of that. For your family can survive off of that bag of rice alone in an emergency situation. I got some protein muscle milk just to get protein. You can also use peanut butter, cans of tuna, stuff like that. But you don't have to spend a ton of money to prep. Afterwards, I put them in buckets. I put just Home Depot buckets. They cost me $5. This batch will be good until at least the middle of 2016, but probably reality it'd be good for another 5 years. But in 2016 is the when it's at the sell-by dates, so I'll get rid of them. Now here you see. On the left side, you'll see the Bonine and the anti-diarrheal tablets. You know, and I have a lot more supplies in this, but this is just what I picked up last night, you know, while I was out and about. I try to buy stuff when they're on special. So anyways, take care. Go to our AP3 prepping page. You can comment, you can discuss, you can ask questions, and all right, God bless you and your family. Keep you safe. We'll get through this. Keep praying and prepare.